Good morning, guys. Welcome back to CG for All Advanced Core Java section. Today we are going to cover the for each method. We have already covered default and static method. So agenda of the today is for each method. So let's the agenda in mind. So and start the journey. As we know, collection is an interface. So collection is an interface. So interface already extends another interface. So let's understand with an example first. Let us consider interface A and interface B. So if one interface can extend other interface, clear? So let us consider collection in an interface and collection interface extending iterable interface. So all the methods and attributes are available in the collection interface as well. So if iterable interface contain for each method or we have already defined that, so it should be available in the collection interface as well, clear? So same, if list interface extends the collection interface, what are the methods present in the collection interface, it should be present in the list as well. So if as is all in the three hierarchy, so what are the presents in the iterable interface we can use in the list interface. So if we have any list, we can use that. Clear? Use the for each methods. So clear? Go to the next section. So for each method is in java.lang.iterable interface. Clear? So what is the advantage of this for each method? So we can use the for each method because this is a part of collection itself. So it's better to use that to iterate the thing. We have other options also. For each method, classical for loop, many other options to iterate the things, but the for each method is better on. What is the advantage of these things? First things, it is from the collection API itself, and it has the advantage for the other collection APIs like iterator method, remove all methods. Is it better? So and second thing, we can distinguish our business logic as well. So let's understand for each method with an example. Let us consider, so we have a home appliance. So I am creating an list with the using of the home appliance. So first things, we have to create a class. So we have created a class. So here in a class, I am creating a list. The list contains string kind of a elements. So this list contains TV type, fridge, micro oven, and all the home appliance you have. So once this list get the elements, so what we have to do, we have to iterate that. The requirement is we have to iterate this for each method. So we have other options also, but today we will see for each method what to do. So as we understood, this for each method coming from iterable interface, and iterable interface extend by the collection interface, and list interface extending the collection. So list we can use that. So let's just start that. So how to use that? So list dot for each method, inside the for each method we can pass the consumer. So consumer is a like of a function we have, so we can use that. So when we use this, we have an accept method. So this accept method we can print the value. This is the one way to use the for each method. So hope is clear. So this is the basic syntax of the for each method also. List dot for each, inside that we can pass the consumer. Consumer comes from which package? Consumer comes from the consumer function package, right? So this, and then inside that it tell us to, you can use the accept method. So we can accept method, and this is because we have the string type, we can print the value directly. So hope is clear. Let's run the program and then understand the clearly. Go to the console. Hmm. So we have all the elements we are printing. Clear? Sorry. Let us consider the next example. Here I am considering the same thing, but I am taking a different class. So because I already told that what is the advantage of for each loop, business logic become separate and iterable logic become iterate in the separate class itself. Okay, so no, we are not bothered about how can we iterate, that should be taken care by the for each method itself, so that we can keep in the separate class. So let's understand with an example. Here we have already taken what I am doing. I am taking a home appliance. This home appliance implementing an consumer. So this consumer, because consumer is a class, no, it's an interface. So when we implement that, we have to implement the method what we have in this that. So we have to implement it the accept method. Then top of that, if we want to use this my home appliance, which is a iterable type, how to use that? So this business logic and iterator logic both are the different, both are the separate. So let's understand. So we have the list. So I have creating a class for that home appliance. So when we creating the home appliance class, then with the list dot for each method we are calling and pass this home appliance class. So in home appliance already we have implemented consumer interface, correct, and consumer interface have the accept method, so we can print that. So both in the different class itself. So because we are not bothered for the what the business logic we have, how can you put in the list iterated part, you should not bother. So this is the best practice, please use that. In many interviewer they tell us to write, whenever they tell us to iterate the things, don't iterate with the iterator method, use this for each method or for each loop or class call. That is the old things. Okay, so hope is clear. Thank you, thanks for the time. And do not forget to subscribe our channel. And if you want to any material, any courses related to Java, core Java, advanced Java, we have other courses also, go to the our website cgforall.com and subscribe our channel. Thank you, thanks for your time. Bye bye.